what the elite want them to do, and that is inducting the population into Theosophy and the New Age step by step. What I will do now is prove that these people lift their arguments right from Blavatsky. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky and Alice Bailey wanted the following theosophic principles accepted by the public in order to induct them into the New Age movement with the zodiac, she states. We say then that the patriarchs are simply the signs of the zodiac emblems. Zeitgeist's main source, Acharya S. or D.M. Murdoch, repeats the same claim externalizing the theosophic principle. She says, quote, there are 12 patriarchs, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples, 12 being the number of astrological signs, unquote. Zeitgeist's other source, Jordan Maxwell, externalizes the theosophic principle as well. He states, quote, a few examples, the 12 apostles of the sun, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 great patriarchs. All these examples and countless more derive from the ancient world's fascination with the 12 signs of the zodiac, unquote. Michael Tessarion externalizes the exact same theosophic principle. He states, quote, the hours, months, the signs of the zodiac, the principal disciples. They represent the zodiac, the 12 patriarchs of Israel, the brothers of Joseph, unquote. And finally, the film Zeitgeist had to convince the public too, externalizing the new age of the zodiac.
In fact, the number 12 is replete throughout the Bible.
Of course, this assertion was soundly refuted in my previous work, but the point is, these New Age operatives externalize Blavatsky's theosophy that the elite adopted as if it were true, and they take it right out of Blavatsky's book. I want to stress that these following things are all false and have been soundly refuted by the scholars, which is documented heavily by many sources. Now, here's Acharya S. repeating the theosophic principles verbatim from Blavatsky's book Isis Unveiled, with respect to comparative religious studies. This occult operative Acharya S. didn't come to her conclusions based on any kind of meaningful research or study. She just quoted verbatim from Helena Blavatsky's book Isis Unveiled Volume 2 into her book, The Christ Conspiracy. With respect to the false Hindu god Krishna, which Blavatsky misspells on purpose, Blavatsky asserts, quote, Krishna's mother was Devaki, or Devanagu, the Immaculate Virgin, unquote. Acharya S. then externalizes this exact theosophic principle to the public. She says, quote, Krishna was born of the Virgin Devaki, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, the second person of the Trinity, unquote. Acharya S. externalizes the same thing. She says, quote, he was the second person of the Trinity, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Krishna is persecuted by Kansa, tyrant of Madura, but miraculously escapes. In the hope of destroying the child, the king has thousands of male innocents slaughtered, unquote. Acharya S. externalizes, quote, he was persecuted by the tyrant who ordered the slaughter of thousands, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Krishna produces miracles, cures the lame and blind, liberates the dead, unquote. Acharya externalizes, quote, he worked miracles and wonders, raising the dead and healing lepers, the deaf and the blind, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, he crushed the serpent's head, unquote. Acharya S. externalizes, quote, he is depicted as having his foot on the head of the serpent, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, he persecutes the clergy, charges them with ambition and hypocrisy to their faces. Tradition says he fell a victim to their vengeance, unquote. Acharya externalizes verbatim, says, quote, he castigated the clergy, charging them with ambition and hypocrisy. Tradition says he fell victim to their vengeance, unquote. With respect to Gautama Buddha, Blavatsky teaches, quote, Buddha ascends to nirvana. Acharya externalizes and says, quote, Buddha ascended bodily to nirvana, or heaven. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Gautama Buddha is the son of a king. Acharya S. externalizes, quote, Buddha was of royal lineage. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Buddha's mother was Maya, or Mayadeva, married to her husband, yet an immaculate virgin. Acharya S. externalizes, quote, Buddha was born of a virgin Maya. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Gautama Buddha crushes the serpent's head, i.e. like Jesus, unquote. Acharya S. externalizes, quote, he crushed the serpent's head, as was traditionally said about Jesus, unquote. Blavatsky teaches, quote, Buddha abolishes idolatry, unquote. Acharya S. externalizes and says, quote, Buddha abolished idolatry, unquote. Acharya S., or Dorothy M. Murdoch, obviously quotes profusely from Blavatsky, and externalizes this theosophic doctrine to the public. She has many minions who blindly support her New Age propaganda. If you don't believe that she advocates the abolition of Christianity and the same New Age of Aquarius that Theosophy, Freemasonry, the Illuminati, and the UN want, listen to the following and realize that she is double-speaking or giving mixed messages. She does the Masonic scheme Order Up Cow, or Order Out of Chaos. She is blaming theists, namely Christians, for the problems of the world, and that the New Age will cure all of the evil from those bad Christians out there. However, she is covering up the fact that the ones causing the chaos right now are the Theosophist Freemasons who are causing the chaos in order to bring about their order out of chaos scheme. They artificially create the crisis, i.e. war, destruction, social problems, drugs, wickedness in the media, etc. Then they blame the Christians and the current ideologies and offer the New Age solution. This is what Acharya, the Theosophist, is promoting here.